Clearly it was the baby in my belly kicking me, but somehow my best friend was the one suffering from unbearable stomach pain. Even though she wasn't pregnant at all, she began showing pregnancy symptoms. By the time I was 5 months along, her hair had completely fallen out. Unable to endure it any longer, she sent me a message, threatening me to get an abortion. I agreed. I even posted on social media, announcing that I had terminated the pregnancy. But in truth, I secretly kept the baby, because I planned to use this child to completely ruin my best friend's life and make her leave in utter disgrace. All of this was because in my previous life, during a routine prenatal checkup, I suddenly discovered I could hear the baby's voice in my womb. But the baby accused me of cheating, claiming he wasn't my husband's biological child. My husband was furious after hearing this. He divorced me immediately and ended up with my best friend. I later died on the operating table due to massive bleeding during childbirth. Before I died, I never understood why the baby in my belly wanted to destroy me, but in the next second, I was reborn. Back to the day when the baby falsely accused me of cheating. At that point, my husband had already heard the baby's voice and was trying to strangle me in a rage. I quickly explained we could do a paternity test. He finally calmed down and said he wanted my best friend to take the test. But I remembered in my past life, she was the one who took the test, and the results showed the baby wasn't his. She ended up with everything after our divorce, which made me start to suspect the voice of the baby might be connected to her. So I suggested using a more authoritative lab. Just then, the baby's voice came again, saying I had bribed the new lab. My husband began to doubt me and insisted my best friend take the test. So I personally supervised the entire process. This time, the results were clear. The child was indeed his. I thought I had finally escaped the tragedy of my past life, but then the baby voice returned, accusing me of colluding with my best friend to fake the result. What broke me even more was when my husband interrogated her. She actually admitted I had asked her to forge the test. That was the moment I realized it was truly my best friend trying to destroy me. I tried to explain, but the baby's voice told me to stop my husband, or else he'd see the scar on my friend's arm, and realized she was the one who donated blood to save his life. Hearing that, my husband immediately pulled up her sleeve and saw the scar. He turned to her and demanded the truth. She pretended to explain that she was the one who saved him, but I lied and faked a scar to take credit. Hearing that, he became even more convinced that I was manipulative and unfaithful. In a fit of rage, he kicked me to the ground. I began showing signs of miscarriage, but my best friend smirked with satisfaction, thinking the baby would finally die and her secret would never be exposed. But what she didn't know was that the baby in my belly was extremely resilient. After emergency treatment from the doctor, the baby was safe. Then, when I saw the nurse hand me a glass of water, I suddenly remembered. Before the prenatal exam, I had also drunk water given to me by my best friend, and at that moment, I finally realized why she could hear the baby's voice too.